This is not a test. Stay tuned for further instructions. This is not a test.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm here with a video on how to quote unquote wiggle aim, which is some variant of aim that I randomly made up. Basically, it's just a tutorial on how to aim like me, because I've gotten a lot of requests. So I have some random gameplay in the background with a hand cam. This isn't a private match. Ignore. This was like first game on. I just wanted to really show the hand cam. This is literally all I do. This is how I get all my clips. I aim like this, so you can see I constantly am swiping and lifting up the mouse, like constantly, even when I'm not even playing. Like I'm just sitting, there you go. So I highly advise not to aim like this, for a couple of reasons. So the main biggest reason that I suggest nobody really aim like this or try to learn this style of aim to this extent is because of carpal tunnel and just tendonitis, and there's a lot of pain that actually develops from this. This is not a good method to aim because you are constantly tensing your arm, your wrist, your fingers, everything. You're picking up your mouse, setting it down, flicking constantly. There's like no downtime. So I do not suggest doing this. I have severe tendonitis, and I have to wear a brace now when I sleep because of this. I'm not even joking. It sounds so stupid that I got this from aiming, but it's a legit thing. And it sucks because like you develop a lot of bad things from this aim. So that's just want to get that out there. Now, if you don't care, or if you want to still use this style of aim, but at a less severe level, because this is this extreme, like there's no point to flick this much, you can still do that. So there's people that also aim similar to this at a less swipey, because I am flicking a lot. So that's why I'm just categorizing it as my own aim style, calling it wiggle aim, because you're constantly swiping. But there is people that just flick a lot, which is more like a twitch kind of aim, which is the same thing. So essentially all you're doing is, one, I highly recommend you set your mouse, if you have like software for your mouse. So I'm running the Logitech G305 in this clip. So in the Logitech G Hub software, I set the polling rate. I highly suggest the lowest, so 125 hertz polling rate. So normally mice run at 1,000, and I am actually running at 1,000 in this clip, but it's because I've mastered this weird style of aim, and gave myself carpal tunnel, so whatever. But it's easier at 125. At 125, it's essentially what your mouse is going to do is you're setting it to essentially create errors. So your mouse is now, instead of sending 1,000 hertz every second or millisecond, I can't remember, it's one of the two, doesn't matter. You're essentially now just doing 125 maximum per millisecond, or I think it's a millisecond. Don't quote me. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's a millisecond. So either way though, it's only sending 125 updates to the computer instead of 1,000, or in some cases, some mice now can go to 4K. So you'd be sending 125. So that's going to create errors errors, meaning so if you're flicking a lot, like the same style, it's not going to be able to keep up. That's how you get clips where you essentially, quote quote, air quotes, you can't see, lock to people, because you're just flicking and the PC cannot understand. Like the mouse is like freaking out. It's like, what's going on? And then it just updates and it's on. It moves like 30 pixels, and then there just so happens to be an enemy there, and then you get a clip, and then that's how you get these clips where I have. This gameplay does not do justice, but this is like what a game looks like. I mean, this is a private match though. There's no benefit to this aim. You're not gonna outperform people. It's only literally just to look sus for like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, etc. There's no benefit. You're not gonna play better with this style of aim. It just yeah. So 125 hertz, I recommend. You can run 1,000, or whatever you have. The lower the better, to start. And then if you can, some mice don't, especially older ones, but lift off distance. So the LOD, you want to make sure that is the lowest setting other than 0. So 1 millimeter is what I run. Normally mice allow 1 to 2 millimeters generally. So that means you can lift your mouse 1 millimeter off the mouse pad, and the sensor will still be tracking even when it's not technically on the mouse pad. So what that's going to do is you're picking up your mouse and doing these flicks. It's creating even more errors because you're slamming the mouse down, you're picking the mouse up, you're slamming it down, picking it up, and every time you're swiping, you're doing those flick movements. The sensor is able to pick up the data, obviously, when you lift up the mouse and you're swiping very hard, and it is going to just keep sending updates as best as it can, but you're creating errors. So this is essentially all I do, is I purposely put myself in situations that I'm going to get clips. If you play for like 2 hours and just aim like this, you're gonna end up getting really sus clips. There is no aimbot. There is no, yeah. And again, this gameplay though is kind of bad in the background, but this is the only hand cam gameplay I have right now, because I have tendonitis really badly, so I am not able to get new footage right now. So this is all I could find. Does this end soon? I think it does. But yeah, that's really all it is. You're just constantly going to be flicking the mouse back and forth, lifting it up, setting it down, lifting it up, setting it down, lifting it up, setting it down. That's all. It's really no benefit other than if you want it for content, or you want people to be like, okay, this guy is fucking weird. Yeah, that's really it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps some people. And if you want a more in-depth guide, like I could really go in depth, because there is ways to make it more consistent. But again, I'm kind of on the side of I don't recommend it, because it does really fuck up your arm and wrist, and yeah. But that's how you quote WiggleAim. Yeah. Thanks. Peace out.